Welcome back, everybody. Let's say hello. Hey, thanks for showing up today, you guys. That's the phone holder solo. All right. Welcome, Alex, Chris, Charlie. Thanks, Chris, for the tip. The super chat. Roseanne is here with pink hands, saying hello. Who else is here? Bill, hello. And Richard, hey, I was just listening to some of your music today on your Bandcamp page. Daisy's here, welcome. Talking about drums, bongos. Nice. Cornelius, welcome. And Lacey is here. You know what? I think my computer audio is up. Let me turn it down. Who else is here? Christina. And is it Nadia? Tell me if I'm saying your name right. Nadia or Nadia? Welcome, everybody. We're making some live music. Yeah, I think oh, it was up. That's why you're hearing like a bloop. Because it's every time somebody does a chat comment, you know, it comes up and it goes bloop. But that's okay. I don't mind. I can go with the flow. By the way, today, Tuesday, Museday, are the best Tuesdays. Even better than Super Tuesday, which is really not that super. Okay, I said it right. Which one? Nadia? I'm going to go with Nadia. Today's theme is looping. In fact, oh yes, I called today's title Looping. I'll tell you a joke later about this, little story about that. But I'd like you to meet my friend Looping. Where is he? Over here. The looper. So I thought I would, a little bit later, we'll get into the nuts and bolts of what's happening over here. But okay, good, Nadia. And yeah, I wanted to show you guys a little bit more. Sometimes people ask about the looper. So I kind of wanted to show you what it looks like over here. Just so you can follow along a little. I know, I'm sorry my name is in front of some of the knobs. That's okay. I didn't notice that earlier. Maybe I can move this up a little. Anyway, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do some, well, we always do looping, but I'm just going to talk about it a little more and try to show you what's going on over here. So I got one camera on the looper, one camera on the front. Oop, we don't need two of me. Although sometimes I wish I had two of me. And we'll get into the music. Let's do a little more. Do a little more playing. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Tom, for the super chat tip. We appreciate that. And welcome. Tom Fox, everybody, is a drummer, and I know I've said this, and a flute maker, Native American style flute. Speaking of which, I want to show you guys something. A couple of friends of mine, Shelly Morningsong and Fabian Fontenelle, went to the NAMM show because I got them tickets, and they had a great time. But I have a great time right now because Fabian, I commissioned this flute bag, and look, check this out. He made this for me. And it is, let me show you in the side view because it's a little closer, I think. He did all this hand beadwork. These are all like tiny beads, right? And I want to tell you about this hide also. So here, this is the front, this is the back. And then the front has, did this strap with also the same colors. A little fancy, schmancy. Look at that. And this hide is beautiful, right? It's super soft, deer skin. And I've had this hide. This hide has been in my family. My grandfather shot or somehow managed to subdue this deer, and I've had this hide since I was like in high school. I'm not going to say it. Yes, I will. Hide school. No, I'm not going to say it. I've had this hide since then. So it's like 50 years or 40 years I've had this hide. Oh, I got a flute in there. And I never did anything with it. And it was just sitting around. It was just a deer skin, right? It was a whole like deer hide, tanned and everything. Beautiful, yeah. And when I found out that Fabian made flute bags, I thought, you know what? He's the real deal. I'm gonna commission a bag because I just knew that if I never did it, I'd just have the deer hide, and then, you know, somebody would get it eventually someday, but it didn't have any sentimental value for anybody really except me. So my grandfather, you know, bagged the deer, I guess they say, and now I also bag the deer hide, double bagger. All right, so isn't that awesome? So happy. And I got to, you know, hire somebody and pay for artisan craftsmanship, which I like to do. So I just got it, and I will proudly transport. See, it's got this little cinch up here. I guess you do something like that. Anyway, we don't have to do that right now, but that's what it is. So awesome. All right, show and tell. That's my show and tell for this week. Yeah. So how's all the levels okay, everybody? Sound is good? And let's see. Welcome, Chiro. Is that how you say it? So what else is happening? Oh, I know what we have to do. We have to do this. It's going to be easy today. Don't worry. It's easy.
Guess the sound!
All right. What is the sound? Not my neighbor's dogs barking. What is that, you guys? Yeah, it should be easy. I'm trying to make it easy because lately I feel like I've been tricking you guys. All right. It is the frog, you guys. Yay. There it is. Yeah, I got this little frog out, and I think Roseanne is the winner because she got there first in the comments. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Everybody got it. Look at that. Wow. Is it froggy? It's froggy today. It's clear down here. All right. Nice. Anyway, just a little wooden frog. I have a bunch of these. Oh yeah, this one is one of the oribital. Did I say ribbit? It's called a ribbit frog. That's the brand. You can't see it. Yeah, there's a little label there. Anyway, let me give you a tip. When you play the frog, hold it by its back legs so it can't get away. All right, like that. Actually, the reason is, I think I stole that from Carrie Shakerman, my buddy Carrie Green, Shakerman, and because it sounds better. All right, it sounds good like that. Check it out. All right, if you do this, listen, it's kind of muted. So you don't need to do that. Don't grab the whole thing. So it's more open. On some other ones, you know, I have some pretty high quality frogs. I'm not going to brag. I think I just did. But yeah, hold them by the back legs and they will sound better. All right? We can include him in the Gimme 5 later if we want. Okay, you guys, now you have Kermit's It's Not Easy Being Green. Yeah, I wonder why. You know, I learned Rainbow Connection on ukulele. I should play that. I love that song. I want to break that out again. It's a great song for ukulele. And it's a great song. Rainbow Connection. But it's not easy being green is also fun. Okay, let's go to the looper and I want to show you guys a few things. And maybe I could set some stuff up. I just have a couple ideas. So oh, by the way, the title Lu Ping, of course, I'm just doing a funny name, right? But when I was in China, there were some other Americans that were over there, a couple guys, drummers. We were doing some drum classes in China. And I just for blanks and giggles, I decided I would tell these guys like, oh yeah, you know, I've been here so many times. I've learned some Chinese. I know Chinese now. Like, you know, for example, so in Chinese, if you're just like if you're somewhere and your friends are coming, but you're just like hanging out, you know, they call that waiting. Or if you're hungry, you know, you want to go somewhere, and then what they call that is like in a restaurant, you do eating, and they're like, oh really? Oh my God, that was funny. Yes, waiting. Okay. All right, we are not waiting any longer. All right. I thought it was funny because they actually fell for it. It was pretty good. You have to do the right, you know, inflection. You have to get the correct fake Chinese inflection. All right, let's go over here. Enough jokery. So on this looper, this is the RC505 loop station MK2 model, although that's not that important. You can see here that there's 5, let's call them tracks, or these are actually individual loopers in the main looper. So there's 5 places that I can put stuff. And each one has a volume like this. Let's listen to the ukulele. So I'll start it, and you see how it turns green and it's playing, but we can't hear it because it's all the way down. Volume is all the way down. But I want you to look at this. It's red to me. It maybe looks orange to you. But this is the beginning of the loop right there. And then however long the loop is, it goes down to the end, and then it starts over. So I'm going to turn it up at the end of the loop, and you'll hear the cycle. This is a 4-bar loop. Here we go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So that's a 4-bar loop right there. Let me see, what do I have? I think they're all 4, you know. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to erase this track right here. And then I'm going to set this track so it does a 2-bar loop. 2 bars. And then I'm going to record something here, and you'll see. Maybe I should do this. You know what? I'll do this one because I know that one's blocked a little bit. So I just erased what was in there. By the way, when there's red, that tells me that there's something on the track. When there's nothing, there's no red, it tells me the track is available. All right. And so I'm going to play this. I'm going to play, and I'm going to record something. Let me set it for 2 bars, though. And you'll see that this cycle will be, there'll be 2 of these cycles for every one of these. In other words, 2 2-bar cycles, right, for 1 4-bar cycle. So let me see. Yeah, I'll play this steel pan. Maybe that'll work. Let's see. Let's try it. One, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and then over here 1, 2, 3, 4. You see that? And then of course I can change the levels. And then I can start and stop. All right. Ooh. Okay, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. Water. There's a whole conversation going on I'm not up on. But Richard has a question. What is the longest possible loop? So basically, well, let's find out. So I can set, I know you guys can't see this, but if I press this button here, track, it goes up to this little menu, and then I've got some knobs here that I can turn. And right now I've got it set on 2 measures. If I go back down, I can set it on auto, which I think is just, it matches the other ones somehow. I can set it on free, which means I could just loop it anywhere, stop and start anywhere. In other words, the loop length will be whatever I choose based on pressing the button. I can set it on a 16th note, which is the opposite of your question. Your question was what's the longest loop? But I'm saying you can have a loop that's a 16th note. I don't know why you would want a loop that's a 16th note. But it goes up in note value, and then it goes to measures, and then, you know, different measures. Let me see. So I'm just going to crank this thing up. It's really long. It goes I mean, it's really based on how much memory you have available. Okay, so I'm already up to over 200, and it's, yeah, this thing's not even moving. The answer is a lot. It's over. Yeah, so it's like up over, it's like 400 right now. 400 measures, which is, depending on how fast you're going, of course, an insane amount of measures. You basically can record, in this particular looper, you could record an entire song like a 5-track. Could be like a 5-track recorder, meaning you could just make one whole track of each. In other words, like you just play through the entire track. So you don't even have to loop. You could just use it as a recorder, you know, and record the whole song, record 5 parts. It's a lot. So yeah, there's really almost no limit. I mean, you're not going to run out of memory on this, and I think you can even add a card or something. Okay, so I'm gonna go back down to 4 bars on this one, So I think most of these have 4 bars now. Let me see. That's, yeah. All right, except for this one, which has 2, but I'm gonna set that back to 4. Now, so I'm gonna record something. I'm gonna record over here again, but I'm just gonna, you guys just look at this, and I'll record some things. And then you can sort of see, you know, and hear what's happening. Also over here, I've got input effects. Right now I have this button. I've got 4 different ways I can affect the sound going in. These are presets. And of course I can choose what to put on these presets. There's lots of choices. But usually what I do is I have the A is a compressor, and it just makes the sound, it gives it a little boost. So when I'm talking or when I'm playing the flute, which are a little lower volume, or I want to have a steady volume, I press that A. Now if I turn this off and I talk, now it sounds like this. And it's close, but if I press it again, you can hear that there's just a little more presence, right? It kind of kicks it up a notch. So I'll turn it off. This is with it off, 1, 2, 3. And this is with it on, 1, 2, 3, right? Hopefully you can hear that. I'll turn it off, and I'm gonna press the next one. This is my short reverb. Hello, hello, right? So this kind of sounds like a short, like just a small room, like a, I don't know, like a classroom with no desks or tables or chairs or anything. And then, so this is my short reverb, and I use this, a lot of the time I'll use that for something like, something percussive, like this tinkatong, where I don't want too much reverb, but I want it to sound, you know, like there's space around it, so it'll be like, right? So it gives it this kind of openness, but it's not gonna create too much mush, because reverb is a type of distortion actually. And if you use too much reverb, like this reverb, okay, this is my long reverb, and let me play the same thing with the long reverb, and you can see. Okay, well actually that sounds pretty good, but in the mix, if I put that in the track, it's too much. It just becomes too much sound, extra sound, and it can become noisy. And let me see, what do I have down here? Hello, hello. Oh, okay. This is like an amp sound that I set up the other day when I was doing a flute solo, and I ran it through this so it would sound electronic. So that's like an effect. You can obviously hear what it's doing to my voice, I think, if I put it on this. So that just adds noise. It adds like a guitar, electric guitar crunch. Okay, as opposed to this. So not super pretty on the voice, but you can. The point is you can have whatever over there. So I usually just have a compressor to add a little body or boost the sound a little, and then a short reverb and a long reverb. That's usually what I use. And then I can also put effects, and they're kind of hidden over here, but I can also put effects after I record a track. Like here's the ukulele. And I can add an effect here. I think I have an amp effect on that. Let's see. Oh, I have to turn the effect on. I have to press this button. Let me see. So that's no effect. And then that's the effect. So it's like a little boost. And then I have this. What is that? Oh, this is distortion. And then I have this. This is a low pass filter. So I can do that. You guys have heard that kind of thing, right? Turning the knob. So open. And then it cuts down on the highs. Till it wipes the whole sound out. And then I also have this. Let me see what that is. This is called granular delay. All right. Yeah, so I don't usually use those effects too much. Usually maybe add a little reverb. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna erase everything I have in here by holding these buttons down. So now I have a clean slate. And let's do a little looping. How are we doing on time? Oh, you know what? You guys, I think we're kind of there. I think we should just do Gimme 5 and then maybe we can answer any looping questions at the end. How about that? So I can play some stuff, put the looper on, and you guys can kind of watch the looper a bit. I won't do it exclusively, but I'll try to show you what's going on over here. Is that okay? And so I'm trying to catch up on the chat. So let's do the Gimme 5, and Roseanne will help. For those of you who are new to the Tuesday Museday, she'll give you the lowdown. She'll give you the skinny, and talk about how we do the looping. All right, enough of that. You guys should try that on somebody though. Tell them you have to eating if you're hungry. It works with everything. Anything that ends in ing, you can do. You can make into a fake Chinese word. All right, so Gimme 5. Let's hear some options. Oh, before we do that, you guys, also, while you guys are thinking of that, Richard's on it. I see already. Yeah, so you pick 5 things, and then I'll use them for looping. While you guys are thinking about that and putting in your Gimme 5 choices, I want to show you one thing, which is this. We have a djembe masterclass coming up with Taylor, February 10th at 1 p.m. That's Saturday. So that's a week from this Saturday. And Taylor's a friend of the channel. He is an amazing musician, great teacher. He's just a brother, a really good guy. And he runs a school in the Chicago area called Tam Tam Manding Chicago. He's a student of Museday Keita, master djembe player and performer, and most importantly, the creator of Tam Tam Manding Global, which is like a global djembe academy structure. He's got a whole curriculum. He's got a book. He has certified lots of teachers. Unfortunately, Museday left us a couple of years ago. And but his students, including Taylor, are still going strong and teaching the music as Museday taught it. There's lots of teachers, and some of what they teach is different from one another, and that's okay. But Museday's teaching is more, I guess you could say, Western oriented, because he spent a lot of time in Belgium. I think over 20 years he lived in Belgium, and then I believe he lived in the U.S. for a while. And so that's Taylor. He knows what he's doing. Good teacher. So we're bringing him into World Drum Club, the World Drum Clubosphere, and our Patreon.com/Kalani masterclass series, which is we're doing one a month. And so that'll be happening. But you need to be a patron, and you need to be at the courses tier or higher to participate in that. And it's both live, and it'll also be recorded for future viewing pleasure. All right. Do we have enough Gimme 5s? I'm going to ask Roseanne to do her thing, which is choose the Gimme 5er. The Gimme 5ist. Let's see. And while that's happening, let me tell you, this handpan, I just did a video. I just did a couple videos. All right, Richard, Gimme 5. I just published a video today with these 2 instruments. This is a Metal Sounds handpan. They call it the Space Drum. That's their brand. That's their name for their handpan. And then we have the Zenko over here, steel tongue drum. And also the mini one, little one, steel tongue drum. and the tinkatong over here. But let me see what we have for the Gimme 5. Let me scroll, or I think I can read it. Richard is ukulele. Oh, djembe, pan, frog, flute. Okay. So let's get a djembe from back here. Man, I gotta warm up too. I'm not gonna go crazy on the djembe because I have not warmed up my hands. And what I've learned lately is that if I don't warm up my hands and I start going nuts on djembe, it is not good. It's not a good outcome in general. But let me do this. Let me grab. I think I'm gonna stick with. So the pan here is a D minor pan, so I can play like D minor pretty well. I suppose I could play in F, but usually I just use it in the minor key. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a D flute from over there, but it's a higher one. I'm not gonna use the bass D because we know with djembe and stuff, I wanna get the flute like higher up. So hang on. Where is my D? Hold on. Where is the D flute? Is it hiding? Let me see. Ah, yes. Here we go. And yeah, Richard, you'll be familiar with this sound because this is also a wood sounds flute. And I got this one a while back, and I got it used at Summer Solstice Flute School. Somebody was selling it. I think I paid like $100, which is a steal. So it's a upper D. It's actually still a mid D. He calls these a mid D. So this would be the D, right above the mid A. And yeah, it's a nice little flute. If you can get your hands on a wood sounds flute for $100, just buy it. Don't even think. Just do. Do not think. Okay. Djembe, ukulele, pan, flute, and what else am I missing? There was one other thing. Uke, djembe, pan. Oh, frog. How can we forget? All right. Okay, let me think for a second. I don't know if I can do. I'm kind of tempted to want to do something major, but I don't. I haven't memorized the notes here. Over here. I haven't memorized all the note positions on this, so I'm a little scared to try to do chord changes. But yeah. All right, and now I'll figure something out. I'm gonna get a tempo. Let's go with a 4/4. I think I'm feeling a 4/4. So I'm gonna change the meter. Hold on. The beat 4/4. And usually I like to have some sort of guide. So I'm listening to a beat in my headphones. That's the other thing, which you guys usually don't hear. Sometimes I make it so you guys can hear it. Welcome. Is it Geneva? And I don't know if I said hi to Christina either, but welcome. Okay. I'm just kind of trying to pick something I want to play to. Let me see. All right. And I'm going to go like a little slower than we were actually. Yeah. All right. And now for this, I got to I'm going to have to turn way down over here, so I need to get my mixer ready, and let me see what I have. I'll just show you guys what I'm doing over here. So I'm going to go ahead and check the loop, right? The loop lengths. I want to just make them, I think I want to have them be mostly the same. Just because it makes it easy if they're all the same. I don't have to think too hard about it. Hello. So I put them all to 4 bars, which in this case will be like, it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. So that's how long the loop is. Actually, I want to speed this up a tiny bit. We'll go to like 105. Let's go faster. Let's go to 115. So it's almost like a dance tempo. Well, I guess any tempo can be a dance tempo, but you know what I mean. All right, I'm set up. I usually start with percussion, so maybe we'll do a little reverb, like a small amount. I'm going to turn my mixer down, and I'm going to warm up a little bit to play Gimme, because I don't want to play with cold hands. All right, so you guys can warm up with me. We've got about 12 minutes. Should be good. So we'll see what we can do. That's what we have time for today, you guys. So I hope you learned a little bit about looping, and I want to thank you guys for showing up, of course, and everybody who's a patron, and even if you're not, but especially patrons, thank you. I just posted a couple videos, by the way. One is just a live looping video, no talking or anything. I'm just playing a lot of these instruments. That's on the channel right now, World Drum Club. I also just did a video called hand pan versus steel tongue drum, what's the difference? And you can watch those now. Those are on the channel. Remember, Taylor's coming up February 10th. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much. As always, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here, but I appreciate the challenge that you guys, that this Gimme 5 brings. It's a lot of fun. I do the best I can. And thanks, Richard. Yeah, thank you. It was a ton of fun. I appreciate you guys. And show up next week. We'll be back next Tuesday. And yeah, thanks, everybody. Thanks, Roseanne, and everybody with the super chat. Appreciate that. Go become a patron, though, if you really want to dig in and do a little bit more. And we'll see you guys next week. All right. Thanks so much. I'm going to press the pedal. And 2, 3, 4.
World Drum Club.